it's narrating arella. I have my setup. These are my lovely hands. You're not going to see my face because, yep, that is what I look like. So anyway, getting out the clay. I use a really nice clay, link in the description. It's very versatile, also white with a bit of off-shell gray in it, so it doesn't completely mess up your color coordination when you're trying to paint it. It's really easy to mold as well, and it's only oven dry, so it doesn't dry when you leave it out in the air, which is very, very nice. What I'm doing here is rolling it into a ball and just flattening it so it becomes this little coin shape, this flattened circle. And then I mold that circle into a more strawberry-esque shape. So something I learned about clay is that you kind of have to take everything shape by shape and then put those shapes together, get rid of the lines that separate them, and that's how you make your shapes. At first, when I was making the top of the strawberry, I tried to literally make the shape of the top of the strawberry, which is kind of like 3 triangles poking out, if that makes any sense, but it didn't look great. So I just changed my methods and I decided to make a sphere, 3 small little spheres, roll them out so they look like tiny Tic Tacs, then flatten out those Tic Tacs, put them together, and that would be the shape of the leaf as you can see here. And with that, I finished the strawberry earring. And now moving on to the next shape, I am making a heart simply by rolling a ball and slowly molding it into a heart shape. Not right away, just slowly as I kept flattening it out. I didn't really care about symmetry with the earrings. You know, I'm making 2 charms. I didn't really care whether or not they looked the same. I really like the fact that both of them are kind of lopsided if you look at them closely. I don't know, I just kind of like lopsided earrings. It gives a little bit more spice into whatever outfit you're wearing them with, or, you know, just even how you look at them. I also wanted to incorporate a flower, which I eventually used with the strawberry earrings, and all I did was create 6 balls, 5 around, 1 in the middle, flatten that, get rid of the lines that, you know, are between them, and that's basically all I did. Now, if you feel like you want to start more at a beginner standpoint, you can always just flatten out a circle, make an oval, a circle, whatever you like, and paint a fruit slice on it. So I decided to go with a dragon fruit. You can do an orange, a lime, a watermelon, literally anything that your heart and mouth desires. For this one, I just made an orange with a flattened out sphere. And then on top of that, I placed like that small little tic-tac-y shape, the same one as a strawberry, and just put 1 on top for the leaf. And the one I'm doing right now is a cat. So pretty much all I did, I feel like all of these kind of start at a flattened circle shape. So the cat, I just formed 2 little ears at the top of a flattened out circle. And now what I'm doing is poking holes through all of the charms, because the holes are for when you have to actually attach the metal part of the earring and kind of loop them through the holes. So make sure when you make those holes, I'm saying hole a lot, just make sure they aren't too close to the edge so that the hole doesn't actually rip through. And also make sure that it stays put and it's large enough for later when you poke those earrings into them. Now that I'm all set up and everything's good to go, I am starting off with most of the bases on these earrings. For the dragon fruit, I started off with a more creamy color, the lemon with yellow, obviously. You want to paint these kind of all starting at the same time and not just finishing one and then starting the next, because the paint does take a while to dry, and also you do need to do multiple coats just so it doesn't look so transparent. And so I'm just painting a base color on all of the shapes, making sure that all the paint looks just spaced out evenly and there aren't any marks, I guess, on them from the paintbrush. So after painting on that base color, now you can go in with the details and make sure that you're satisfied with your base, because if you're not satisfied with it and then you draw on the details, it's going to be harder to fix. So after I was done with all of the base colors on my little earrings, that's when I started drawing faces and little cute things and making it look better by tenfold, by 1,000-fold, by 1,000,000-fold. Good idea to use a smaller brush for this part. If you have like those acrylic markers, I would recommend those better because a brush is harder to control. Also, the best part of this experience was probably drawing or painting on those white spots on the lemon. As an artist, those white spots at the end of your work is just, oh my gosh, it just releases so much serotonin for me. For this metal part, there are 3 different components. The first is the earring hook, which is mandatory for all of the earrings that you're making, and the second are eye pins and rings. So you can use either. For eye pins, the earring is more stiff and kind of swings from side to side, but for rings, the individual parts are more, I guess, dangly, so it kind of just depends on you whether or not you want your earring to swing kind of on one axis versus if you use the eye rings, they can swing this way and that way. So I used eye rings here on my strawberry and flower, but I used the complete eye pin for the cat in the moon. Show